I'm Melanie Dyer. You're watching Live on the Lot on Skippy TV, and I'm here today with one of Australian country's most sought-after singer-songwriters, Drew McAlister. Hello.
Hey Mel, how are you?
I'm very good.
Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for coming in. I just want to talk about the song you performed a minute ago, Coming Your Way. So that was the first single, and that's the title track of your current album.
Yes.
What's that one about?
Coming Your Way is, it's basically a song about hope, I would say. You know, I've mostly collaborated during my career, and for this one I actually sat down and wrote it on my own. And now I know why I collaborate, because it took me 3 months to write it. But it's about hope. It's about, you know, all the people out there, the people I know, my family, friends, people who are going through tough times. Now, I know there's been a lot of songs written about tough times, but this one sums it up by saying that there are better days coming our way if we can just stick it out.
And it shows that in the film clip as well. I love the clip for this song. So if anyone hasn't seen it, just jump onto YouTube and look it up. It's so it's filmed at like this local pool.
Yeah.
And tell us about the story of it. So there's like a bunch of
yeah.
people.
So the first part of the clip was shot up at the Central Coast at 4 a.m. in the morning with me and the band. And
don't you love those shoots?
yeah, man, that was a long day. And we did Duncan Toombs and his guys shot it, and Josh. And so we did a lot of that footage there, and then finished that at about sort of 9 a.m. something like that. But then the next day, they hired a pool out up in Sydney somewhere. So I'm not sure exactly where it was, Mortdale maybe somewhere.
Yeah.
And I actually wasn't there for that bit, so I didn't have to jump in the pool.
How did you get out of that?
Yeah, I know. I said, "Are you sure you don't need me tomorrow?" "You know, you'll be right," I said. So we had all these really cool people who come along, and the way they'd set it up was, it's basically, you know, getting over certain things, and the way that he'd set it up with the pool and jumping off the diving board.
A really high diving board.
Really high diving
by the way.
board, yeah. And I remember it was a really cold day. I remember sitting home going, geez, they're going to be cold in that pool. But yeah, Dunk did a great job. So that's what this whole thing was about, yeah.
Yeah, so they had like these notes as well. They were sort of like, you know, I won't give up, and sort of inspirational messages. So it's a really sort of powerful clip.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm really happy with the way Dunk shot it, and since it's been released, and then you go out and play it to a whole bunch of people, and you get a real gauge on how it's connected with people, and it seems to have done really well.
Yeah, no, it's done really well. Now, you grew up around Moree and Narrabri sort of area.
Yes, I did.
That's a hop, skip and jump from where I grew up, in Inverell.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that. There
country
you go.
girl, yep, country guy. And I saw in your next clip, you had a John Deere tractor in Australian Heartbeat. It wouldn't have been hard to come across one of those.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow, that's close.
Yeah, I know.
I was born in Narrabri and spent a long time in Moree and then Casino and Dubbo. But yeah, that clip was shot out at a place called the K Ranch Arena out at Camden, and it's this huge equestrian centre. A mate of mine, Mick, owns it. And the boys from Tribal Apes, they shot the whole thing out there. Our boys
behind the cameras.
Yes,
did a wonderful clip for
did a great job. And yeah, I mean, Australian Heartbeat. I always wanted to write that song about the people that make the wheels tick in this country. Like, without all those people doing all those different jobs, Australia would stop, literally. And Australian Heartbeat's about that. It's about the 9 to 5s, 6 to 3ers, you know, the tradies, which are all my mates at my local pub. And then, you know, you've got the corporates, and they do that other whole other thing. So, you know, but without all those people doing those particular jobs, you know, the country would grind to a halt, really.
Oh, for sure.
So I wanted to try and encompass that, and that venue at the K Ranch just seemed like the perfect place to shoot it.
So I love that you're speaking about these concepts in your music that could seem traditionally country, but you've done that in a contemporary sort of way.
Yeah.
And it actually got you nominated this year in the very first category for Contemporary Country Album of the Year for the Golden Guitar Awards.
Yeah.
So is that sort of your approach? You want to sort of speak about those, I guess, you know, anthems for Australian people, but spin it in a contemporary way?
Absolutely.
What's your style?
That's exactly what I want to do, and that's what I've always tried to do, even back with the McAlister Kemp days. Dress it up. It's still got to be big in my mind. It's got to be sonically big. It has to be, you know, something musically that's going to inspire you, even without the lyric. It's got to be big, even with dynamics in a song. But the topic stuff that I like to write about is people, you know. Now, you know, I'm a bit older now. I've had my first loves and all that, and I've got a family and a wife, and so there's only so much you can write about love per se. You know, and for me, I've written a lot of bad love songs. So for me to write about a love song in particular, I've got to really work hard at making it brilliant, you know. So, but there's all this stuff that that you can write about with people, and still try and turn it in, for me anyway, into a really contemporary, sort of modern sound. That's what I've tried to do.
Yeah, and who did you do the album with, this album?
This album was produced by Andy Mack,
Oh, awesome.
who essentially is, he does country stuff, but mostly he's a pop producer. He goes between Nashville and LA, and most wonderful man. I remember going to him and I said, mate, look, I've got these songs and I've got this budget, you know, would you be interested? And he'd just done the McClimates album.
Yeah, he did their last album. It's an amazing album.
Amazing album.
And he's worked with people like Vera Blue. So he's
Vera Blue,
very,
yeah,
he's very
absolutely.
you know, versatile as a producer.
He is, very much so. And, you know, when I took these songs, I wasn't sure whether they would suit what he did, but he took it to a whole nother level. And I'm so glad that I got to do that album with Andy and his guys.
It's good, though, to choose a producer that isn't, you know, necessarily quite the first person that comes to mind. Like, it's good to have somebody add a little bit of flavour that you wouldn't necessarily hear when you first write the music.
It's so true. It's so true. I mean, I did my last album I co-produced with a friend of mine, Benny, and I was very proud of that. And we did a great job, and it was a real learning curve, and we did a pretty good job. But I knew that this time it had to go to another level, and I couldn't take it to another level, quite frankly. So, so I got Andy, and he did. I mean, coming away, that first single, there's not one snare drum in that whole song. Now, I've never recorded a song without a snare drum. And I said, man, we didn't put any snares in that. He said, well, you don't need them. You've got toms and kick. And I'm like, wow, things like that, you know, that you would never have thought of. And now if I get to do another album, I've got to take it up another notch again, you know. So, so we'll see. We'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get
I
there.
want to delve into the history of Drew McAlister. I love doing that. You know, when I have artists in on Live on the Lot, it's so good to just research and see, because every artist comes from a different sort of background, and they all started in music differently. And you used to be signed as a sort of R&B pop artist to a label.
You've done your homework.
I've done my homework. I do. I'm a good girl. And you actually were on Hey Hey It's Saturday a few times.
I was. Yeah. Like,
how did that all happen?
Well, I was signed to EMI as a pop soul artist, and it went belly up after about 18 months. Thank God, because it wasn't what I wanted to do in the end.
You didn't want to be the next Bieber?
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, I'd listened to a lot of that soul stuff when I was growing up, but I listened to everything, man. It's been such an eclectic listening experience for me, but it all came back to songs for me. So, yeah, Hey Hey It's Saturday. You know, I got to do that a couple of times with, I forget, look, I've done it a few times with Jesus Christ Superstar. We did it with...
Yeah, you toured in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Way back when. Show my age now.
Lived 1,000 lives.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we did it a few times at Jesus Christ Superstar. I did it also when I was singing ads in Sydney, doing commercials for TV and stuff. And I sang this particular song, and I thought it sounded like John Farnham, so they got me back on Hey Hey, and I sang one of my songs then. Then we got to do it with McAlister Camp. And yeah, so...
So wait, they thought you sounded like John Farnham, so you can do a John Farnham.
No, not anymore. This was back when I was like, I don't know, 20 or something. Yeah, so.
Right.
And they called up, hey, the producers called up, we heard this song that's been playing around Melbourne. It was a Panasonic ad. And they said, we thought it was John Farnham. I said, no, it's a guy named Drew McAlister.
Oh my gosh.
So they said, well, can we get him to come and sing the ad? And I said, no, I'm not going to go and sing the ad on telly, but I'll come and sing one of my songs. And they said, cool, come and sing one of your songs. So I did.
That's so good. Even
I've
better.
never told that story, ever.
Well,
there you go.
Exclusive here, live on the lot. So let's delve in a little bit more into the jingle side of things. So you wrote a bunch for commercials and TV and stuff.
I'd sing on them, yeah. So a session singer. I made quite a living years ago just singing chicken ads and Weet-Bix ads. And
chicken ads. Can you give us a little bit of a tease?
It would have been... I can't remember now.
Get your nuggets.
Yeah,
chicken nuggets.
It was all that kind of stuff, right? Bank West and news agents, and yeah, there were a few that got played for a long time, you know, and then they finally sort of went off air. There's no more.
So
there's no more
they've
now.
Fizzled out. We can't hear you on the chicken nugget ads.
No.
Oh, well, jingles aside, you're a phenomenal songwriter, and I know that there are people lined up, you know, to write with you all the time, collaborating and working with you for their albums as well. So. You've written, you know, with a bunch of different people. I know you've worked with Glenn Harrison a lot from Kaylin's Rain.
Yeah, we wrote Till Summer Slips Away and Stormfront and a couple of others, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously Troy Kemp, you did a stint with Troy as McAlister Camp.
Yeah, we wrote a whole bunch, 3 albums worth. Yeah.
3 albums worth. And now you're 3 albums into your solo career. So how is it being a solo artist now? How's the touring going? Is it a bit lonely or it's good?
No, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I really enjoy it. I think we had some great years with McAlister Camp, and we achieved some stuff really quickly. There wasn't anyone like us out there when we came along, so we filled a big gap. But doing it solo, I really enjoy it. It's like, because for years I was the lead singer in a band, right, playing around Sydney. So I was always the lead singer. So that came back to me pretty quickly when I went out and started doing band gigs, and now I've taken it to like a duck to water. I really enjoy it, and I have a ball. The guys in the band are fantastic. It's really cool. I just can't complain. It's great.
Yeah, and you've actually done a bit of a stint with Adam Brand and the Outlaws as well. That would have been cool to
that was awesome. Yeah, it was.
Get up to a bit of mischief.
Yeah, we did get up a bit of mischief. Can't say a whole lot. But,
everybody's watching.
But no, it was great. Brandy was instrumental in getting McAlister Camp signed. So he actually got us our deal.
Right.
And then we did all that stuff and then parted ways. And then Brandy called me a year after that. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, doing not much, just doing my solo stuff. He said, "You want to do this project?" And it was really fitting for me to go back and do that with the Outlaws. And I hadn't worked with Brandy for a long time. And to get to tour with those guys on the road, Mikey and Trav and Maddie, guys I'd known really well over the years, with no egos, no crap. It was just guys on the road having fun, playing songs, and that's why it worked. Because it was just, we got to just have fun. It looked like a ball of fun. Yeah. We got to have fun, and people came. We played 36 shows throughout Australia, and it was awesome.
And will there be a reunion tour at some point?
Well, Brandy sends me these texts from time to time. He says, "Mate, are you available?" And I said, "Mate, I'm working." He said, "Okay, no worries." And he did say never. So I don't know. Down the track, there might be a reunion. You never know.
Just like John Farnham.
Yeah, time again. We'll see.
He lives on.
Yeah. What did John Farnham say? He said, "I got tired of being retired," so he kept coming back.
Yeah.
But Brandy, look, who knows, man? He did say never, so we'll see. Okay. The problem is getting us all in the one place. It took 18 months to get it happening. So.
Yeah, you're all doing different things in sort of different circles and touring, and oh my gosh, it would be hard to coordinate calendars.
All over the place.
Yeah, and different album releases at different times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Crazy. But you're doing a lot of touring on your own with this new album. So you're playing Gympie Muster this year?
Gympie Muster. I haven't been back for a couple of years, so
right.
I'm really looking forward to it. I had a good chat to Jeff Chandler about it the other day, and I won the Mate and Talent Search there back in 2003. So I've been going since then, and
so was that sort of the beginning of it?
It was the beginning,
yeah.
It was the first time I'd been to Gympie. So
and you took it out, you won. There were probably kids there that have been trying to win it for years, and you just come along.
I don't know.
with your chicken nugget songs.
Yeah, with chicken nugget songs. I was convinced to do it by a girl named Barbara Morrison from 2SER, and I thought, well, I don't think this is a good idea. And she said, "No, go and try it." So I did. You've been to Gympie, obviously. You come into Gympie and you look around and you go, "My God, I can't believe this is here."
Yeah, isn't it incredible?
Yeah. So, I got to do that. And so now it feels like every time I get to go back, it feels like going home, It's a good feeling, good people.
It'd be a humbling experience as well, It's sort of bring you back to the start and you'd be able to sort of look back and see how far you've come and
It is a bit that way, reflect and hope they show up to the gig.
Yeah, everybody get there.
Yeah, come to the gig.
And also to your gig in Rudy Hill. So you're doing a gig at Rudy Hill soon. Mm-hmm. So that's, all the songs off this album coming your way.
Yeah.
And your last couple of albums as well. What can we expect?
Yeah, we sort of peppered a few songs in. So we'll do mostly songs off the new album, but we do a couple of McAlister Camp songs.
Cool.
A couple off last album, a couple off the first album. And throw in a couple of songs which no one's ever heard of, and so
And the chicken nugget song.
And the chicken nugget song.
I want to hear the chicken nugget song.
I do chicken fried instead. No.
We've heard that one.
No, but we're going to sort of pepper the set out with a few things, so it should be good.
Awesome. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Mel. Thanks for having me.
Drew's album is coming your way. It's already out, but that's the title of it, Coming Your Way. Go check it out, grab it on iTunes and all that jazz. And thanks for coming in for a chat.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We'll see you next time.